Hello and welcome to a book review by Warhammer 40k bookreviews.com. Today I'd like to talk about Eisenhorn by Dan Abnett, which is one of my favorite 40k books. Eisenhorn tells the tale of Gregor Eisenhorn, who is a member of the Imperial Inquisition. And Inquisitors in the 40k universe, they are Imperial agents with theoretically almost unlimited power. And it's their job to keep the Imperium safe from nasty evil things like naughty heretics or icky mutants or filthy aliens. And as we meet Eisenhorn at the beginning of the book, he's a really hard-ass inquisitor, and he believes in following the Imperium's laws and ideals to the letter, with absolutely no room for interpretation. He believes that all deviant behavior must be dealt with harshly. All chaos and Xenos influence must be obliterated on sight. Absolutely no exceptions. But as Eisenhorn gets swept up into a rather major conspiracy that not only threatens his life through the usual shenanigans of heretics trying to stab him literally around the neck and face area, but also threatens to undermine his position inside the Inquisition himself. Eisenhorn faces some serious dilemmas about when do the ends start to justify the means. Um, you can say that the nuts and bolts of the story in Eisenhorn, when it really comes down to it, is pretty much a detective story with our main protagonist trying to unravel a series of crimes and get to the bottom of a case. But instead of some cross-dressing serial killer that enjoys making lampshades out of human skin or some such mundane nonsense that you might find in non-40k books, in the case of Eisenhorn, you get ritual murders to summon demons from the warp, or the release of insane city-destroying psychers. All the things that really makes us love the 40k universe. Now, besides the story, which I do think is excellent, has good pacing and takes us to several different planets around the 40k galaxy. The author also creates some interesting characters, I think. Eisenhorn himself is nicely written, and I think Abnett does a good job of letting us feel the rising conflict of emotions in him. Um, and really give us a feeling for how Eisenhorn starts to doubt his own views and see that not everything maybe is entirely so black and white as he first thought. The other sort of the other main characters in the book are the retinue members from Eisenhorn's squad, which they all feel like they are pretty unique. They all kind of have their own personality. You have like an ex policeman. You have the big gunfighter, the bounty hunter. You have a an untouchable, meaning a person that is immune to psychers. And besides, of course, that they fill sort of archetypical roles, I do think that they have kind of interesting personalities and motivations for themselves that really make reading the story and reading about them quite interesting. I also think that Eisenhorn is a great book for people that may be new to Warhammer 40k because it shows a lot of how the Imperium of Man works and how people in the 40k universe live, which of course they live pretty horribly because it's a pretty horrible place to be or a pretty horrible time to be alive as a human being. But you really get a good feeling for the 40k universe and from the 40k vibe in from reading this book. And I think it'll be a good indicator for if this is something that you want to dive into and read more of. So definitely, I think that if you are new to Warhammer 40k books or haven't read any Warhammer 40k books at all, then this is a good starting point for you. And kind of, I would say that the Eisenhorn is really one of the few Warhammer 40k books that I would recommend to someone that just wants to read a sci-fi book but really doesn't even have any interest in the 40k universe. It's simply a great book. It's a great 40k book. Um, I think it has good characters, good story, has hits all of the really the main elements that you would want in a 40k book. I think the only way that you could possibly be disappointed with Eisenhorn is if you come in expecting to have like giant epic battles. Of course, this is not what this book is about. It is more of a detective story, more of a personal drama, but it is excellent at doing that. And therefore, I have no hesitation in awarding Eisenhorn a perfect 5